Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is another Name and KnuckleHead video. I haven't done one of these for a while, but I've got a few coming soon. Of course, on the Asian server we've just finished a campaign, and with any campaign on the Asian server, and probably the other ones as well, always comes a little bit of controversy. Now, this replay was originally put up on the World of Tanks forums by this player, Mockuradop from S-Clan. The S-Clan are a pretty competitive clan. I'm not sure where they finished in the campaign, but they are quite a competitive clan. MI6 has often fought against them on the global map, and we've always thought maybe they do run aimbots because some of their shooting does seem to be very, very accurate. But this guy actually put this replay up on the World of Tanks forum, complaining about what the enemy team said at the end of the game. The enemy team is PvP, Philippine Vanguards of Peace, and I have played in platoons with some guys from PvP in the past, and we've had ex-PvP players in MI6, and they're generally a nice bunch of lads. But I'm not going to excuse what they say in the team chat at the end of the game. I think it's a pretty ordinary part of the game, and from what I'm told, they have been penalised for what they said in the chat. But Mockuradop and S-Clan, I don't believe, have been penalised for what they show in this replay on Melanovka. Now, you just saw them go sort of halfway up the hill, then there was a hell of a lot of clicking around the B2, B3 area, and up here. Might indicate that they've got the tree down mod and they can see that that's where the enemy tanks are. But that's hardly incriminating evidence. The incriminating evidence is going to happen when they start engaging. Now, I've often spoken out about cheats. I hate them. I can't stand them for a number of reasons. Of course, obviously they're not in the spirit of the game. But as well as that, it doesn't actually make you better. It might make your statistics a little bit better because your shots might hit and you might know where the enemies are before they're spotted. But it doesn't actually make you a better player. All it does is make you rely on these cheats. Now, I've never used them, but I have watched a few videos on them, trying to understand them and combat them in clan wars. Now, S-Clan are from Vietnam, and I'm not suggesting that all the Vietnamese clans are running these cheats. But what you're seeing here is Mockuradop shooting at these targets. He's not auto-aiming, but his reticle is shooting towards the enemy tanks. So what I mean by that is, normally you would either aim or auto-aim on an enemy tank. And you see how the aim circle stays in the middle of the screen, but the little arrow moves around, darts around. The aimbot, if you don't know what an aimbot does, what the aimbot does is searches for weak spots in a tank, searches for the enemy tanks, and all you need to do is left click to shoot. That's different to the auto aim, which is part of the game. Now that last shot that he just took was a little bit high, but it was a little bit quick, but he was actually aimed above the tank, but the aimbot lowered the gun so that he hit the enemy tank. Now, he does that a number of times in this. See how the triangle or the half triangle is dancing around, and it's a long way from where the circle is. Now, that's what normally happens when you auto aim, but he hasn't auto aimed in this example. They've almost capped out the enemy side here, PvP, but they're not going to cap this one out, and they're not even going to win this game. It's good to see replays where, see how it dances around there, the aim circle. Now this is the bit that he was complaining about. You can read it in the chat. I'm not going to say it out loud. It's and I'm not excusing PvP at all. It's possibly one reason that WarGaming are looking at removing the in-game chat from the as an aspect of the game. Now, we're still using his aimbot, it's still dancing around, and I've actually got another game that this guy's uploaded. I think it's from the same campaign. And hopefully it's going to be a little bit more clearer than there. Now, I'm not excusing PvP for what they said in the in-game chat. I don't think that is a good thing at all. I don't encourage people to do that, but the cheating is absolutely disgraceful. Now, he had a loss there, but the next game is going to be a win without giving too much away. It's against a different clan, and I believe it's part of the same campaign. And it looks like the date aligns with the campaign that has been going on the World of Tanks Asian server. So on this second game, it's against CUB. I've never heard of CUB, but I think they might play in the later time zones. MI6 generally play on the earlier ones. And in this game, I believe it's a lot more pronounced. Now, as I said earlier, Mockuradop originally put this replay up as a complaint as to what you saw at the end of the last battle. Now, and I would agree with complaining about when people say things like that. It's not necessary, and it's not a positive part of the game. But Ron Malinovka again, and this time they're going to go straight up to the hill for a good old-fashioned shootout at the top of the hill. Now, WarGaming have made it quite clear that mods like this are illegal, and if anyone's a regular follower of my YouTube channel, you might remember there was a video I put up of Peekaboom, who was a commander of another clan. I think they were called Apex, and he actually got his account permanently banned for using a similar aimbot in a tier 6 random battle. Now, this is a clan wars battle where people win real prizes. You can see that aim circle dancing around again, but it didn't have a shot on that RU-251. And in my opinion, this guy should have his account banned, and of course the S clan itself, regardless of how competitive they were or how successful they were in the campaign, should be looked at as well. Now, I believe this guy's a recruit, and I checked his stats this morning, and his last game was this morning. So he's still playing the game, but see how it moves around there? It's not going where he's aiming. If you're not auto-aiming, normally your gun will aim in the middle of the circle, but it's not. See how it dances around? Looks for the weak spots, looks for the enemy tanks without any skill or action from the player required at all. This one's a lot faster than the last game, and it's a lot more. I think this example is a lot easier to see how he's cheating, because it's all happening in the same place and everyone's coming from the same direction. He's getting himself into a good hold down position to shoot away at these enemy tanks, but look at the way that server reticle, I think it's called, is dancing around and not following exactly where he's aiming. See how that just moved to the left there? And it's not holding true to the centre of the aim circle. Now, he didn't live very long, Mockuradop, in that game, and it would be nice if in the replay he had have jumped to one of his teammates to see if one of his teammates was using the same hacks. But in my opinion, and I think in the general consensus of the WarGaming community, cheats and hacks like this should not be allowed at all. It's terrible. It doesn't make you better. All it does is make you rely on these cheats, and it takes a lot away from the game. It takes a lot away from people who are genuinely trying their best to win, and to win some tanks or win some gold or win whatever the reward might be in a campaign or the normal World of Tanks Clan War season. And I'm not sure if I should name this KnuckleHead for using cheats or for putting the replay up showing he's using cheats. That's almost as bad. Anyway, he won that game, and let's just have a look at this guy. Mockuradop, statistically, he looks like quite a good player. He's in the blue or the teal, depending on how you look at it. Nearly a 55% win rate. He's a recruit at S. I think he's been there for some time. It looks like he's joined there for the campaign, and look at the other clans that he's been in. TTVN and Blue I haven't really heard of, but that looks like it was a few years ago. But VN54, SWA, VAE and VPA, all Vietnamese clans, which that's fine. He's obviously a Vietnamese person, but some of those clans have been found guilty of some very iffy behaviour in the past. So I'd like to thank the people who sent me these replays. Anyone, if you've got a replay showing somebody cheating, especially if it's from their point of view, it's very hard to confirm if someone's cheating from your point of view. We all know, we've all been in clan war battles where the enemy have knocked out your crew members, knocked out your ammo racks and tracked you repeatedly. Now look, it's going to happen a lot when you're driving light tanks all the time. We often use, at MI6, we often use T54 lightweights. I think most successful clans do. But when it happens time and time again, that's what an aimbot looks like from the offender's point of view. So the ball's in your court, WarGaming. Do you want to ban this guy? Are you going to have a look at their clan? I'm going to keep reporting. I'm going to keep doing videos on these guys if you guys keep sending me the replays. Anyone who is using cheats, in my opinion, it should be a permanent ban for the account. Enough's enough. It's happened for a long time, and it's time for it to end. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be fast tracking this one and uploading it tonight on the 9th of September, which is also the same day this guy had his last game. So he's definitely still in the game and he hasn't got a ban. Hopefully WarGaming see this video and hopefully they do something before the campaign prizes are awarded. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.